Hey guys, we're looking at special right triangles for Khan Academy homework. All right, so it says in the right triangle shown, measure of angle A is 30, and we can see that on the figure, and side length BC is 6 square root 2, and our goal is to find the length of AC, which they also labeled for us as X. This is our unknown or missing angle. So it might be helpful to start by thinking, what are we given? Right. So again, there are two different special right triangles. We've got a 45, 45, 90 triangle, and I'll leave some space to draw that out. And then we've got a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So two different options, and let me go ahead and fill this in. So remember, for a 45, 45, 90, how that triangle is formed is by cutting a square in half. So if that's helpful for you to remember, so right, we're taking a square and we're just going to cut it in half. So we took our square, cut it in half, where we've got 45 degrees, 90, 45, 45 degrees. The legs are going to be the same because remember, this was a square, so they're going to be congruent. And the diagonal is going to be x square root 2. So this is for a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Now for a 30, 60, 90 triangle, it's just going to be a little bit different. Just a little bit different. We've got our triangle here where we'll have 30 degrees, 90, and 60 degrees. The side length directly across from 30 degrees is what we're starting with is x. The hypotenuse is 2 times x. And the side length directly across 60 degrees is going to be x square root 3. All right, so right now we're just filling in our notes, just reminding ourselves what's going on for these triangles. So it might be helpful to start by identifying which triangle this is. So we can see they did give us one angle measurement as 30 degrees. So this is going to be a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So this is the formula, the key that we'll be referencing while we're working this out. All right, so we always want to start with the side length directly across from 30, and that's given, and that's going to be our x. Yeah, we'll leave it as x. I know this might end up being a little confusing. Instead of saying this is x, I'm going to say this is AC. This is the side length we're trying to find. All right, just it's a little bit different. So this is what x is. This is our starting position, starting point. So now the hypotenuse is going to be 2 times x. This angle here would need to be 60 degrees. So the side length directly across is going to need to be x square root 3. X square root 3. So this one was actually kind of nice that they gave us what x equals because all we have to do is plug it in. So we want to see what x square root 3 is. We know that this smaller side is 6 square root 2, which is the same as x. So it's really just that times square root 3. So let's see, that's going to be 6 square root 3 times 2 is 6. We can't simplify, and we're checking, and we see, oh, that actually is an answer choice. We'll bubble that in, and let's check. Let's see if we can find another one where they don't give you x, where it's a little bit more tricky, a little more challenging. Let's see. All right, so for this new one, we're again starting off by trying to identify which triangle this is. I don't know why everything shifted, but try to figure out which one this is so we can know which formula to use. Right off the bat, I'm noticing, hey, these side lengths are identical. They both equal 3. They are congruent, right? You can kind of almost visualize the square that was cut in half. So this is going to be, whoa, this is going to, I guess I can't circle it because it's up here. But this is going to be 45, 45, 90 triangle. So that's up here in blue. All right, and our goal is to find the missing side length. We are, again, given what x equals, right? X is the sides directly across from the 45-degree angles, or our legs of the triangle. And then the hypotenuse is just going to be X times square root 2. So this one is, again, a bit simpler. So X, we plug it in. We found that X was 3. So it's going to be 3 square root 2. Okay, let me look again for, I'm going to skip ahead. Let's find one that's a little more difficult. Hopefully this one's a little bit more difficult. Perfect. Yeah, a little bit better. All right, so in this case, again, we're starting with trying to figure out which type of triangle this is, 45, 45, or 30, 60. They told us, hey, this angle is 30 degrees. So it's going to be 30, 60, 90. That's 30. This is 60 degrees. And again, they are giving us 30. Actually, this one wasn't. Sorry, I thought this was going to be a little bit different. This one's, again, not too crazy. So they tell us this is X, right? The side length directly across from 30. We're trying to find the hypotenuse, which is 2 times that. 2 times 8 is going to be 16. Sorry, I'm going through this one a little quick because I wanted to find a little more challenging problem. Let's see if the next one's a little bit more challenging. Okay, here we go. This one is the kind of a problem that I was hoping for. With, again, 30, 60, 90, because we see in the figure, it tells us this is 60 degrees. And here we're given the hypotenuse, so again, it's just a little bit different, and we're trying to find the 60-degree angle. So hypotenuse for 30, 60, 90 is the same thing as 2x. What we're trying to find is the side length directly across from 60 degrees, and that's going to be x square root 3. So our goal is to find x square root 3. Might be helpful if we knew what x was, just like before, so we could plug it in. All that we do know is that 18 is the same thing as 2x. We can use this equation to solve for x. We can divide both sides by 2. We can get x equals 9. So now we've just found the side across from 30 degrees. We didn't need to, but we did. That's going to be 9. So that helps us because now we know what x is. We plug it in. That's going to be 9 square root 3. 9 square root 3. Oh my goodness, there's so many options for this one. 9 square root 3. Double check. Yay! So go ahead and use this video reference. If you get stuck, you need some more help, again, please let me know. But I hope this helped you get a start on your homework. All right, bye.